Get chilled with Patriot Ice. We are located at 171 South Frontage Road, 775-727-6561.
Just minutes before the ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas expired, it was announced to be extended by one more additional day in order to allow for more hostage exchanges. Earlier today, on November 30th, Hamas had freed 2 Israeli women, with more hostages expected to be released later in the day, according to the Israeli military. While news of an extension for the war is good, especially considering the surmounting death toll of Palestinian civilians, further extensions have been reported to possibly be more difficult due to Hamas being expected to set a higher price for any remaining hostages, especially since Hamas has already freed the majority of the women and children that were kidnapped on October 7th when the attack that sparked the war occurred. It's likely that they'll demand a higher price for both civilian men and soldiers alike. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken stated how he hopes the ceasefire can be further extended so that more hostages can be released from Hamas, adding that the process thus far has been producing results. Both the countries of Qatar and Egypt, which have played a crucial role in mediating between Hamas and Israel, are also seeking to prolong the deal an additional 2 days. This is according to Diana Rashwan, the head of Egypt's State Information Service. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been facing surmounting pressure, not just internationally, but from families of the hostages as well. This is in hopes that he keeps the ceasefire agreement going in order for the release of more hostages. However, what's been described as Netanyahu's far-right partners are pushing for the prime minister to continue the war until Hamas is destroyed. Israel has stated that they will maintain the truce contingent on Hamas releasing captives. However, once the terrorist organization ceases to release any more hostages, the war will continue, with Israel's goal being the complete dismantle of Hamas. However, pressure to maintain the ceasefire agreement isn't the only kind of pressure the country of Israel is facing. The U.S. has stated to Israel that the country must work diligently to avoid any further displacement of Palestinian civilians in southern Gaza, should they renew their ground campaign. Currently, more than 1.7 million Palestinians have been displaced from the war in Gaza, according to the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. As of November 23rd, these Palestinians are primarily from northern Gaza who fled to the south to avoid facing further bombing. White House National Security Council spokesman John Kirby spoke on the matter as well and stated that Israel has been receptive so far when the U.S. officials have raised any issues regarding the war. He went on to state that, now you have an added population of hundreds of thousands more in the south that you didn't have before the Israeli military moved into Gaza City. So it's even all that more of an added burden on Israel to make sure that they start to plan for operations in the south. What that looks like, that they have properly accounted for the extra innocent life that is now in South Gaza.